Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds bilateral meeting with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad al-Thani in Doha. Discusses ways to boost India-Qatar ties. Government holding talks with agitating farmers. 3 union ministers reach Chandigarh. Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Rahul Narwekar declares Ajit Pawar faction as real NCP. In cricket, centuries by skipper Rohit Sharma and Ravindra Jadeja put India in a comfortable position at 326 for 5 on day 1 of third test against England in Rajkot. And in men's hockey pro league match underway between India and Australia in Bhubaneswar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a bilateral meeting with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad al-Thani in Doha today. The meeting revolved around the discussion on potential avenues that can enhance both the economies, bringing a robust boost in their individual economic sectors. It was also a step forward towards the strengthening of India-Qatar ties. Both leaders engaged in delegation-level talks, followed by restricted discussions covering a wide array of topics ranging from economic cooperation, investments, energy partnership to space collaboration, urban infrastructure, cultural bonds, and people-to-people ties. They also exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual concern. A report.
The trade volume between the two nations has reached approximately $20 billion, indicating the robust economic ties they share. India and Qatar have forged a strong alliance in the area of investment, showcasing a commitment to mutual growth and development. The thriving Indian diaspora residing in Qatar underscores the deep cultural and societal connections between the two countries. Additionally, the energy sector emerges as a pivotal area of collaboration, with recent agreements further solidifying the partnership. Notably, during the India Energy Week held in Goa, an agreement was linked for Qatar for supplying 7.5 million metric tons per annum of LNG to India over the next 2 decades, starting from 2028. As both nations chart a course towards deeper collaboration, the trajectory of India-Qatar relations promises to be dynamic and mutually beneficial. This is Vinod Kumar for Akashvani News, Dubai.
The centre is to hold talks with leaders of agitating farmers in a short while. 3 union ministers have reached the venue of their talks with farmer leaders in Chandigarh this evening amid a standoff between the protesters and security personnel at 2 border points of Punjab and Haryana. Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Minister Arjun Munda, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai are representing the central government in the meeting over farmer unions' demands, including a law guaranteeing minimum support price for crops. The meeting is being held at the Mahatma Gandhi State Institute of Public Administration in Sector 26. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann also reached the venue to be part of the meeting. This will be the 3rd round of talks between the two sides. The Haryana government has decided to disburse an additional sum of 18.67 crore rupees directly into the bank accounts of affected farmers as compensation for crop damage during the Kharif season. This assistance is targeted towards those who have borne the impact of crop damage across 1,692.3 acres of agricultural land. Addressing a press conference at Chandigarh today, the Chief Minister said in a proactive move aimed at mitigating the challenges faced by farmers, the government has re-evaluated the compensation framework for crop losses and resowing activities during the season. The Supreme Court has struck down the electoral bonds scheme for political funding. A 5-judge bench of the Apex Court said that the scheme violates the citizens' right to information. The Supreme Court also asked the State Bank of India to stop issuing these bonds at once and provide details of donations made through this mode to the Election Commission of India. The Apex Court held that the stated objective of fighting black donors cannot defend the scheme. Electoral bonds are not the only way to curb black money. The scheme, which was notified by the government on January 2, 2018, was pitched as an alternative to cash donations made to political parties as a part of efforts to bring in transparency in political funding. The BJP today said it respects the verdict of the Supreme Court on the electoral bond scheme. It, however, added that the scheme brought the government in for a very laudable objective of bringing in transparency in electoral funding and reducing the inflow of cash during elections. Replying to a media query in New Delhi on the Supreme Court's decision, senior party leader Ravi Shankar Prasad said even the donors wanted secrecy. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi had taken many steps to bring more transparency into the election process. The BJP leader also said the party and the government will give a structured reply after studying the judgment.
चुनाव में पारदर्शिता हो, कैश का प्रभाव कम हो और हमारे जितने चंदा देने वाले लोग हैं उनकी अपेक्षा थी कि अगर उचित होगा कि हमारे लिए भी गोपनीयता रखी जाए। चुनाव में सुधार के लिए ये हमारी मोदी जी की सरकार का एक प्रयास नहीं था। बड़ी संख्या में जो ईवीएम्स लाए गए उससे बूथ कैप्चरिंग बंद हुई है ना, ये भी उसी प्रामाणिक प्रयास में चुनाव को पारदर्शी बनाने का प्रयास है। अब माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक फैसला किया है, हम उनका सम्मान करते हैं।
Meanwhile, the Congress has welcomed the Supreme Court's verdict. In a social media post, Party General Secretary Jairam Ramesh said the Apex Court has held the much-touted electoral bond scheme as violative of laws passed by Parliament as well as the Constitution of India. He also said the long-awaited verdict will reinforce the power of votes over what he called notes. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has said that corruption and patronage are the worst killers of young innovative minds and are antithetical to merit and stability. Addressing the 125th Founders' Day celebrations of the Hindu College in Delhi, the Vice President said young people hate corruption because they feel cheated by nepotism and favoritism. In his address, the Vice President stressed that equality before law is the most inalienable feature quintessential to democratic governance. Mr. Dhankar emphasized that it is the prime obligation of all, particularly those in power and authority, to set an example by showing respect for the law. Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Dharmendra Pradhan today stressed on the need to make the country's young generation and workforce competent to build a developed nation. Speaking at Vikhit Bhat through Industry Partnerships Program in New Delhi, the minister said India is the country which is focusing on skilling, reskilling and upskilling of its workforce. The Ministry of Defence has achieved a significant milestone by becoming the only ministry to cross the figure of 1 lakh crore rupees gross merchandise value of procurement through government e-marketplace since its inception in 2016. In the current fiscal so far, the Defence Ministry has placed orders worth around 46,000 crore rupees on GEM. The order value of the ministry in 2022-23 was worth 28,732 crores, while it was over 15,000 crores in 2021-22. The Centre has constituted a committee to draft guidelines to address the issue of pesky, promotional or unsolicited commercial calls received by consumers. The Department of Consumer Affairs has constituted a committee comprising members from the cellular industry and regulatory bodies to draft the guidelines. The department convened a meeting under its secretary Rohit yesterday to discuss the issues related to unsolicited commercial calls. In the meeting, it was observed that these calls not only violate the privacy of users but also the rights of consumers. Efforts have already been made by the Department of Telecommunication and Telecom Regulatory Authority to address the issue related to spam messages and pesky calls from registered telemarketers. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Rahul Narwekar today ruled that the Nationalist Congress Party NCP faction led by Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar is the real political party of two factions that emerged in July 2023. A report.
Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Mr. Rahul Narwekar today said that Mr. Ajit Pawar's faction has outnumbered Mr. Sharad Pawar's faction before joining the ruling alliance. The Speaker said that all the petitions seeking disqualification of MLAs are rejected. He added that the MLAs cannot be disqualified as they did not amount to voluntarily giving up the membership of the political party. Mr. Narwekar observed that the events that unfolded between June 30 and July 2, 2023 were clearly in the nature of intra-party dissent within the NCP, and the members of the party stood divided between the two leaders, that is Mr. Sharad Pawar and Mr. Ajit Pawar. Nivedita, Akashvani News, Mumbai.
The second phase of the Vikhit Bhat Sankalp Yatra is currently underway in Maharashtra, spanning both rural and urban areas. A report.
A primary objective of the Vikhit Bhat Sankalp Yatra is to enlighten and empower citizens about the wide spectrum of welfare schemes accessible to them. This initiative has garnered considerable interest and active participation from the public, highlighting its significance in promoting social welfare and inclusivity.
मेरा नाम शोभा कैलाश कुमती है और मैंने गोल्डन कार्ड बनाया है 5 लाख बीमा का। अच्छा लगा मुझे।
मेरा नाम शिल्पा कुशल चिकेटकर है। मैं यहाँ पर विकसित यात्रा में आई हूँ। मैंने गोल्डन कार्ड निकाला है तो मुझे ये 5 लाख का बीमा योजना बनाकर बहुत खुशी हुई।
The convenience of accessing multiple facilities at a single location has particularly lauded by citizens. समरजीत ठाकुर, छत्रपति संभाजीनगर।
In cricket, India were 326 for 5 at stumps on day one in their first innings against England in the third test at Niranjan Shah Cricket Stadium in Rajkot. India lost 3 early wickets after winning the toss in the morning and electing to bat. They were once reeling at 33 for 3 before captain Rohit Sharma and Ravindra Jadeja turned things around with a massive double century stand. Both Sharma and Jadeja scored centuries while debutant Sarfaraz Khan scored a quick-fire 62. For England, Mark Wood took 3 wickets. This is a 5-match series and both teams have won 1 match each. In Men's Hockey Pro League, the match between India and Australia is underway at Kalinga Hockey Stadium in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. The scoreline read 4-4 when reports last came in. Earlier, Men in Blue defeated the Netherlands in their previous match in penalty shootouts. In its next match, India will face Ireland in Bhubaneswar tomorrow. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has lauded Indian junior shooters for their stellar performance at the ISSF World Cup in Spain. In a social media post, Mr. Thakur said bagging a total of 9 medals, including 1 clean sweep and 3 double podium finishes, is a testament to their exceptional marksmanship and resolve. He said their consistent excellence and dedication on the international stage are admirable and praiseworthy. Mr. Thakur added that the future of Indian shooting looks promising with such amazing talents leading the way. Over 18.86 lakh new workers enrolled under Employee State Insurance ESI scheme in December last year. According to the provisional payroll data of ESIC, 8.83 lakh employees amounting to around 47% of total registrations are up to the age group of 25 years. Around 23,347 new establishments have been registered and brought under the Social Security umbrella of the Employee State Insurance scheme in December, ensuring coverage to more workers. Gender-wise analysis of payroll data indicates that the net enrollment of female members was 3.59 lakh in December. The data shows a total of 47 transgender employees have also been registered under the scheme. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds bilateral meeting with Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad al-Thani in Doha, discusses ways to boost India-Qatar ties. Government holding talks with agitating farmers. 3 union ministers reach Chandigarh. Maharashtra Assembly Speaker Rahul Narwekar declares Ajit Pawar faction as real NCP. In cricket, centuries by skipper Rohit Sharma and Ravindra Jadeja put India in comfortable position at 326 for 5 on day one of third test against England in Rajkot. And in Men's Hockey Pro League, match underway between India and Australia in Bhubaneswar. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.
ऐसा नहीं चलेगा, बंटवारा कर दो अम्मा।
हाँ अम्मा, बंटवारा कर दो।
हाँ हाँ अम्मा, बंटवारा करो।
अरे क्यों चाहिए परिवार में बंटवारा?
अम्मा घर का नहीं,
क्या
कूड़े का बंटवारा करना है।
साग सब्जी सूखी पत्ती जैसा गीला कूड़ा हरे डिब्बे में और टूटा प्लास्टिक पन्नी आदि जैसा सूखा कूड़ा नीले डिब्बे में। तो ऐसा बोलो ना, गांव को स्वच्छ बनाना है। भाई मैं तो डर ही गई थी। हाँ।
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का देशवासियों से आग्रह है कि स्वच्छ भारत मिशन ग्रामीण कार्यक्रम में साथ निभाएं। गीले कचरे को सूखे कचरे से अलग कर सही तरीके से निष्पादन करें और अपने गाँव को संपूर्ण स्वच्छ बनाएं।
जागा रे जागा रे जागा, गाँव जागा रे जागा रे जागा रे जागा।
पेयजल और स्वच्छता विभाग जल शक्ति मंत्रालय की पेशकश।